The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of Worldwide Digital Broadcasting Corporation.
CincinnatiBounty.com. We're missing our Sierra.
We are.
I miss her so much.
Sing the .com.
She does. How has your week been?
Okay.
Every morning when I wake up, as soon as I turn on the news, I'm reminded of who is the president-elect, and I freak out all over again. Every single morning this week. I don't think that will ever go away. My neighbor asked me, how are you taking the whole President-elect Trump thing? And I'm like, I'm not really. I'm still in denial, I think.
Yeah.
In fact, I think it's made me a little mean. You know, those of you who do social media a lot, which I know are all of you fuckers because I'm there watching you. Those of you on the far right, very Trump supportive, you're assholes. I just want to say that right now. And all the shit that you post are pretty much lies. And all of you on the left who are like extreme left, who are posting from places that you shouldn't be posting from, stop it! You make the rest of us normal people look bad. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, you're clapping. I'm like, we're having feedback or something. What's happening?
So I've gotten mean by the fact that I will not tolerate the false story. So Facebook came out and said, and Google came out and said that they were going to stop allowing fake news sites or clickbait sites to advertise on Facebook. But I'll tell you something, most of the shit that I see on Facebook is not from those ads. They're from friends. They're from acquaintances. They're from people that they show up in my timeline. So I've taken it upon myself to become like one of those, you know, that cat meme, that cat video where the cat's like this and you're arguing on Facebook. I try not to argue, but I do always. Snopes and I are best friends right now. I always post the truth to counter what it is that other people have posted up there, hoping that because when they find out and discover that they're wrong, they will take it down. Does it work?
No.
No. Never works. Someone, because of all the stuff that comes out, and this has been going on for a while, but there was a story or one of those meme things about should welfare recipients be drug tested? Well,
I actually saw your conversation on this.
I said no. Number one, it's been done.
It's been done.
And it doesn't fucking work because most welfare recipients aren't on fucking drugs. It's a stereotype probably put out there by one of those comedians and somebody ran with it. There are statistics, actual, factual statistics. So what did I do? Being the person that I am, I went to the site that gave those statistics, posted it on there, and I didn't even say, go read this. No, I put it right there in their face. And what did they say? I still think that all welfare recipients should be drug tested.
Right. Here's the thing. It's not, the whole stereotype doesn't actually come from comedians or anything. It comes from individuals. Because every individual who argues this has a story about, I was once in line behind somebody who paid with food stamps and they had all this food and then got in their brand new Range Rover and their nails were done and they had the latest iPhone and they had a Coach purse and blah, blah, blah.
You ever heard of motherfucking thrift stores? Really?
So, well, aside from that,
right.
Actually,
No,
even to qualify, they have to go in and like document their assets and everything, which include their vehicles and all of this. So you know what? It's the thing that's going to keep it's not going to stop.
No.
Like, that is going to just keep going.
You can't change people's minds.
So, do you have the bad ones? Absolutely. Do you have the people who sell their food stamps? Like, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I worked in retail. I've been there.
I've been in the store before where, like, one time I was in there and this dad, you know, he had kids in the cart, and I heard him ask somebody, what does it mean? Does it mean like he's automatically on drugs? No, maybe he needed help with the rent. And, you know, he's a little short and he had to debate food, ramen, rent, you know, what do I do? But everyone jumps on it.
Yeah, everybody does. And it's crazy. And so that particular conversation I just left. When she came back and she said, I still support drug testing, no matter the cost to the state for finding 2 people on actual drugs. Even just so you know, most of the states who did do that program now limit the drug testing to people who have had prior convictions of drugs.
And here's the thing: if somebody they test positive, so what does that mean? It stops their benefits?
Yes.
So their children don't eat. What does it mean? Right? I think it puts them on a what is it, like
They
a
just
warning?
keep them on a short leash.
Okay.
Keep an eye on them after that, and then they also notify the police.
Well, one of the things that I said in my comment was not only is it a stereotype, but it's demeaning. These people are coming. I need help, and I have not asked a single soul. Right? My mom has offered. A few people have offered, which is wonderful. But I don't broadcast it out there that I'm practically homeless, which I'm not. I'm exaggerating.
Hold on, really quick, just while we're on here, I accidentally logged into my on my Facebook page, my Toxie page, and we've talked about this many times, the kind of messages I get. So my phone binged because I forgot to turn it off.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's just an easy
listen.
one. It's just I like sex. Random person I've never spoke to in my life before.
Doesn't he know we're live right now?
We're live. Congratulations, though, on liking sex. But anyway, I'm sorry.
I don't know. I
Continue.
lost my place. Where was
So
I?
you were saying with help, like that you don't want to ask.
Oh yeah, so most of
Wow.
these families, these hardworking people who can't afford to feed their kids or get groceries or whatever, pay the bills, they have to go stand in this line to get help or be on the phone or whatever it is that they have to do to go get help, and then which is demeaning anyway. On a personal level, I mean, it hurts me to ask somebody for help when I really need it, and then say, "Oh, well, we'll give you help, but we need you to pee in this cup first." I think it's a little extra demeaning.
Right.
That's a personal opinion. I can see if you don't agree with it.
I get the argument. The
Right.
argument is that in order to, get a job,
Right.
you have to get drug tested.
I fully see that.
So I get that.
But the argument against that is I had to get part of my head shaved for the DNA testing, for the drug testing at my job. So I think welfare recipients should have to pee in a cup or hair or whatever. Is it a job?
34% of Walmart employees collect food stamps.
Yeah.
That's
They
true.
qualify.
That's
Yeah.
true because they
And they're
don't.
working full time.
But their full time isn't 40 hours.
32 hours
Their
a week.
full time is 30.
Yeah.
I worked for Walmart when
Yeah.
I was in college. As a college student, Walmart was great. They paid higher than other retailers in the area. I worked retail a lot when I was a teen. They were flexible with my college schedule. You can get benefits when you're not working a full 40 hours, but what you said is absolutely true.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a wage that you can.
So Walmart
Support a
employees
family on.
are they drug tested? Do they have to be drug tested to be a
You
working
know,
member of Walmart?
I want to think so, and you're shaking your head yes. I think it is.
So
But
you
I
get
don't remember. I mean, I'm way past my college years.
so not only do you have to go get drug tested to get those welfare benefits that you absolutely need, but you got drug tested for your job as well.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm done with that.
Drug
So
test Congress.
right. That's a great
true.
idea.
And then also my whole question is, how is it? Really quick. I'm all over the place today. I needed a little medication to focus or something, but I'm afraid of the drug tests. So,
Wait until January 1st.
Wendy of Neverland said, I like sex too. So does my wife. Luckily, it's sex with me. So, Wendy, I'm certain random people on my Facebook will agree with you.
So I think I'm going to join a new party. There's a new party that started because of Trump's election.
It's not the Spaghetti Monsters, is
No,
it?
no. That's considered by Wikipedia a frivolous party, by the way. It's called the Party of Reason and Progress, which is PORP, PORP, and their logo is a dolphin. So.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah. So.
Neil deGrasse.
I joined
Oh,
the local group here. There's a national Facebook page for it, of course. I'm going to go see maybe about volunteering to help out. No candidates yet. They're just going to help you choose candidates who use intelligence and reason when it
That's why
comes
they
to.
have no candidate.
Wow.
Well, I mean, they're not going to put forth a candidate, right? They will endorse candidates, though, so. Many years ago, I have a confession. So many years ago, when I was a lot younger and more hippie-ish, I guess is the word, there was a party called the Natural Law Party, which, was all about, natural laws, the natural laws of the universe, yada, yada, yada. I didn't read a lot about into it, just whatever story I read. And then I went to look them up when I was checking out the Party of Reason and Progress. And the Natural Law Party is based on transcendental meditation. And I was like, whoa. God, I was
Dental
stupid when I was
meditation?
transcendental meditation. Some Maharaji or something like that was.
Is transcendental one whole word, or
Yes,
is it like for transgender and
It's
dental
like
hygienists?
transcendental. It's
That's
all
the
one word.
Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, the guy that the Beatles followed.
Can you say that again?
Is that
Yeah.
who runs the Natural Law Party?
No. Yeah,
Oh.
that transcendental meditation.
Oh yeah.
How would
That's
one-
who started that.
Asking for a friend, how would one spell transcendental?
I'll Google it for you later.
R-A-N-E-N-D-E-N-T-A-L.
I'll Google it for you later. Don't worry about it. It's new agey psychobabble. That's what it is. Transcending.
hashtag
It's like transcension.
Transcendental.
Transcendental.
Hashtag not transcendental. Got it. My friend will be happy to know.
Cross-dressing dentists.
So I'm fighting the good fight, hopefully, making people smarter. I have a lot of really good friends in my timeline that like to join the fight, which is great, even though we have some internal debates. And I can say debates. They're not arguments, which is what I really love. So.
See, I generally on my own personal Facebook, I tend to shy away from political discussions, and we've kind of talked about why. I mean, the area that I'm from is very heavily.
Obviously, when it's I like sex and not fuck you.
It's very heavy Trump supporter. So I just basically, I shy away from it. I love showing pictures of my kid and cat pictures and sharing recipes that I will never fucking make. But I posted something on election night about my child walking in just extremely upset, so upset, like it was crazy, where she came in and just said, like, America's fucked, and walked back out. And I actually ended up losing a couple friends for that.
Nuh-uh, for that
Yeah,
singular
for that,
post?
Yeah.
Because
Like-
your daughter?
Yeah. And then I did like a hashtag like she's not wrong. So
Oh, I see. So you were guilty by association.
Well, apparently. I also
That happened in
still
the
have
news today,
not-
too.
Did it?
Well, we'll talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
But I, that day I was joking around with my brother, who actually is also a Trump supporter. And I told him my daughter's like, if Trump wins by one vote, my daughter is never going to give you a liver should you need it, or like a kidney. And I never realized like how close that could have been to being true. So we were talking about this in the car. We were talking about why one of the reasons that everybody was so thrown off guard by this by the whole, Trump winning. I felt it was summed up very nicely on an SNL skit this past weekend. Do you guys watch it?
The SNL show this past weekend was, I think, one of the very best they've done.
Absolutely, from beginning to end.
And Dave Chappelle.
Right up to the very last skit where Leslie Jones was breastfeeding.
Yeah.
Like full-blown adults. But there's this one skit where it's Dave Chappelle and then a bunch of white people, and they're all, like, oh, she can't lose, like, yay. And then as the night dwindles on, they're like, we never thought this would happen. We never saw this coming. He's like,
I can't believe it. America is racist.
yeah. And he's like, so now you know.
I thought she had it in the bag. That skit was my night.
Right.
I thought it was in the bag. And I even posted about that. I don't think I took it seriously enough. I mean, I did my best. I talked to people. I argued. I debated. I posted horrendous memes about, no, I didn't do that. I guess maybe that's what I'll add to my repertoire in 4 years, is posting those horrible memes about the guy that I don't like.
The best thing to come out so far out of this entire election.
It's a process of healing, and we need something to take our minds off of this devastating loss.
The fucking Joe Biden memes.
Uncle Joe.
I love it. I have never, I normally, if I have nothing to do, you'll find me sitting around watching kitten videos. Like I do. I watch kitten videos.
The entire United States, the entire left population is in love with these memes right now.
All I was doing, on Sunday, I'm like, I should be cleaning my house. I should be doing this and that. And I'm like, no, another meme. What? Where can I find more?
So much so, The Atlantic, which is a very prestigious journal, posted an entire article about it. I posted it up on our Sin City Bounty page. I saw a new one in there that I hadn't seen before. I'm going to make him a sandwich, Joe. It's a knuckle sandwich.
I like the one with Hillary Clinton. Well, can I just play a little bit on my...
The Imperial March, right?
Yeah.
That one. And then the last one that was my favorite is Hillary took all the W's and I took the T, so they can only type rump.
On the keyboards. Or, I love the one, I just so happened to be out Saturday night really late, having a few Jaeger bombs, and I'm scrolling on our Facebook, and I see on our show page one about
I did that.
Joe Biden. No, nobody wants Jaeger bombs. I'm like, yes, I want Jaeger bombs.
Yeah. The ones, so according to the article that I read, the serious part of why we are so in love with these Joe Biden memes is because it is a way of healing. It's just imagining the old regime pranking the new one. It just makes us glad in our hearts. So,
My favorite one is the one I shared where Biden said, "Hey, I took all the pens." Pens? Why?
I think that was the first one you shared with us.
Yeah, because he's coming with his own. Question mark, question mark. Pens! He's bringing his own pens!
One of the arguments, so the way that the right, not, and I don't want to say all the right, but the way that the right is fighting back, those people, the alt-right, I guess, is one, they're pointing out that Joe Biden is a bit of a creep and probably is a pedophile. There was the one video of, there was some speech or something, and he handled these girls, and it looked a little creepy. I can understand that. Okay. And then rubbing some woman's shoulders or something like that. And what was the other thing? Oh, Shotgun Joe. They bring up the Shotgun Joe, where he's, and that, actually a very good friend of mine reminded me of that he had said, well, just let them all buy shotguns for gun control, remember? So that is the only two arguments.
Did you see the
counters.
hot pictures of him when he was younger?
Oh, yeah.
Rawr. By myself? To myself?
I'm not going to blow my nose or wipe my nose on my sleeve on there.
So, Vendetta said it was the silent majority. Joe Joe Biden is a human cat video. He is a human cat video. Definitely. Let me tell you a little story really quick, off subject, but one time it was just Sierra and I doing an episode, and I had to go to the restroom, and I come in, and Sierra's like, I was just watching the episode again the other day. She's like really intently at the camera, and she's fucking talking about Star Wars. But it was like serious. I walk in there, it's all somber and serious, and she's like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, is that Star Wars? She's like, yes, I'm talking to my people. Anyway.
All right. Well, besides the light humor that we're able to have in our lives, there's still some scary stuff happening. It's been, how many days has it been since he was elected?
Well, so it's
like,
been a
what,
few
4
days,
days? A week?
So here's the thing. After this happens, the whole message is give him a chance. Give him a chance. So everybody's like...
Oprah said it?
Many people. Even,
Chappelle
myself.
said it?
Yeah,
Dave Chappelle
myself,
said it?
I'm like, you know what? Let's just, maybe I'll have enough people advising him in the right direction. He said a few things that he backed away from, that he was very adamant about in his campaign, and so he softened a little on a few things. So I'm like, okay, we'll go with the flow. He what? Who did he just hire? What?
I'm just really curious. They spent tens of millions of dollars on ad campaigns telling everybody get out and vote, your vote counts.
Right.
Yeah, sure did.
Yeah. Not so much.
It did.
It did.
I don't want to have this argument on this show, but I've got a whole argument in place for the Electoral College.
Right. I get the reasons for and I get the reasons against, but for many people... But for many people, that is, that is
it is a big
thought
issue,
right
and
now.
I fully understand that issue. Maybe if they do some talking about it seriously, Barbara Boxer from California,
Yes, Barbara Boxer.
is going to, or
She
it
just
did put up legislation to change the Electoral College.
Right.
So I didn't read through the article. I did see the headline and read a few of the first paragraph, I think, so I posted it. And I believe I posted it on our Sin City Bounty page. But that's a whole different thing. If you know who I am besides Alexia, I have a thread on my personal page just for this because someone tried to usurp another... Oh, somebody called me racist. Somebody called me a racist. So somebody tried to usurp that thread for the Electoral College, so I put it on a new one. So you go.
What are all these big words tonight? Usurp? Is that like
when?
Slurpee?
Okay, so my mom
They
always told me.
jacked it?
My mom always told me. Yeah, jacked it. I guess that's the right word. I don't know the hip lingo, right? My mom always said to me, you shouldn't talk smart because then you make other people feel dumb.
Mm-hmm.
I love my mom to death, but I can't do that. I know the word, I know what it means, and it fits the situation, so I'm going to use it.
Also, it helps because I do miss Callie Guy coming into chat using
Right.
the biggest words that I can't pronounce. So
This week, because I have been in correction mode, when I am addressing somebody and their stupidity, I always want to be a little superior, so I use the best language I know.
This
So
is
it's
why
kinda
we've never
sticking
played
with me.
Words with Friends, because I was the girl who was like, soup.
Cat.
Like, yes, I got it. I got more than 3 letters. Soup, let's use it. And then you're the one breaking out like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Yeah,
So-
Words with Friends won't take that.
I know.
Transcendental. There we go. Vendetta started a game with me. I think he regretted it immediately. He laid his word, and then I took it over, and I got I laid all the tiles down and triple
I
word.
used to love playing that, but I would lose.
I think the word
more
was
often than
violates.
not.
I really violated him.
Wendy of Neverland said, from all accounts, from mainstream press, Trump's whole transition team is a total shit show.
Yes, so that's what we were starting on the subject of who he just put in place. So he's assigned 2 people jobs, right? Reince Priebus, which is his chief of staff, which was, for those of you who don't know, the head of the Republican National Chair, right? And the second guy is, I don't even want to say his name. The second guy is O'Bannon, Stephen O'Bannon, who is practically a white supremacist. He owns or puts out the Breitbart report, Breitbart newspaper or whatever, which is completely horrendous. I think that's the best thing. What is the one headline that you said about the women?
Yeah, women on birth control are crazy.
Crazy and ugly. Makes them ugly and
makes them
crazy or
ugly and
something?
Crazy. There's another one where they use the F word, like in the heading.
Yeah. So there's this whole thing about where you get your news from. There have been so many videos posted of black people or protesters kicking Trump supporters, none of which are true, right? There was somebody on the sidelines yelling, he probably voted for Trump, he probably voted for Trump. So all of a sudden it's assumed that these guys beat up this guy because he was a Trump supporter when it was because of a traffic altercation instead. So Facebook has come out and said they're going to stop that, but only in the advertising. It's still going to be our friends posting that shit, right? Breitbart is one of those on the right that posts this kind of crap, and it's horrible. Not only that, not only is the newspaper, that web magazine, whatever the hell it is horrendous. He's been he's been charged with domestic violence.
Yes.
And preventing someone from calling 911. There's hearsay from his wife during the divorce case that he doesn't like Jewish people and all Jewish kids are whiny. He wouldn't send his daughters to any schools in the area because they were Jewish schools. What else?
There was a whole list.
Yeah, there's a
today,
whole
and
list.
I just
he's
I
absolutely
looked at it and
horrendous.
I'm like, oh.
One of the memes I posted on the Sin City Bounty page on Facebook is, let's see where this goes, and he hired a white supremacist.
Yeah, that was it. Basically, that's what happened. I'm like, all right, let's give it. Come on, let's give it a chance. Like it can't be that.
It's been 7 days.
And
It's
he
been
hasn't
7
even taken
days.
office yet.
Right. What was the other thing that bothered me? Oh, all of his kids are supposed to get security clearance and run his company and get security clearance. Isn't that like a monarchy when all the family is there heading up things?
I feel like it's a reality TV show, which would make a great reality TV show. I wonder
If
who
it
could
wasn't,
host it.
if it wasn't real.
Who could host this Trump shit show?
Jerry Springer.
Trump, maybe. Didn't he host a show?
That was my answer.
This is how we've been all
When-
week. And we were going to try to make this hour fun.
We still have time.
We did.
4 years.
Oh, goodness gracious. Let's talk about pretty things. Let's talk about Melania.
Okay.
This is your deal here.
Yeah. Well, first we should go back before we get into the issue that I have with how people are really coming down on her. We should talk about what happened with the Virginia woman.
Oh.
Do you
Okay.
have do you have
sure.
the titles?
So, no, but I did post it on our wall, so I'll get those. So there was in Clayton, I think is the name of the town, a city controller, I think that's what it was, who posted a tweet that said, I'll be glad when there's someone classy. Oh, here it is. It will be refreshing to have a classy, beautiful, dignified First Lady in the White House. I'm tired of seeing a ape in heels.
Okay. My first issue with that, I'm sorry, is the fact that she used a ape versus M. So at least if you're going to be horribly just a shitty ass person, at least be grammatically correct about your shittiness.
Right. This is Clay
But
County Development Corporate Director
Yes.
Pamela Ramsey Taylor.
But it gets worse. So first she posted this.
Right. And then the
then-
mayor of Clay County, Beverly Whaling, she responded, "Just made my day, Pam."
I can't even. I don't understand.
Well, just so you know, Pamela Ramsey Taylor, the original poster, she was fired from her position as of
And
the news
petitions
before
were
it
going
came in.
around quickly. She issued an apology, but then had to go back and edit and fix her apology because
And then
it
it's been
didn't quite
deleted.
come across as she wanted it to.
And it has been deleted.
And it has been
since.
deleted, yeah.
And then Clay, the mayor, Beverly Whaling, she has resigned from her post.
Right.
So that's what's happened in just the 24 hours that this has happened, I believe.
So, the part that she is spot on. I mean, I always say her name wrong. Melania.
Melania.
She's absolutely beautiful.
She is.
Absolutely
She's gorgeous.
beautiful. I thought, before I realized it wasn't her speech, when I watched her speak at the convention, I was very impressed.
Yeah.
I actually thought, I'm like, wow, I wasn't expecting this. She is out of the limelight. She
Even-
really was behind the scenes.
Even when
home with
she
the
was
kids.
talking about what kind of things that she would tackle as first lady,
Yeah, but the problem
the
is she's going to
subject-
tackle bullies online.
the
and
subject,
that's,
granted, the subject matter was, threw it all off, but when she spoke, she sounded great.
Right, she did. I absolutely agree. And she is like multilingual. I believe she had to be because of where she's from. But she's multilingual, which I think will really help when they're interacting with people in other countries. Like, she can definitely get right in there, speak the language. So she's beautiful. I think she'll do great. I saw, a little kind of, it was kind of mean, but it's like, I think I'll just get a sugar daddy, and now I'm First Lady of the United States. But anyway, so there's other things going around as well about her, and the whole thing is what she did prior to becoming the First Lady elect?
That's good enough for me.
That works. We'll go with that. But
First
prior
lady
to
in
this,
wait.
she was a model, and in some of the photos, she is nude, or at least, like, she has
Very
parts that are
suggestive,
covered.
very erotic.
Yes. So, one of the big memes is it's the progression of all the first ladies. They're all classy and elegant, and there's hers with her naked. And the whole issue I take with that, of course, is the slut-shaming aspect of it. The fact that this was her previous profession. These aren't photos that were pulled off of her iPhone that she took in the dressing room over at Ross.
Yeah, it's not unheard of.
No,
It's
she
not
was
unheard of for a
That was her
model to do
profession.
these things.
Right. So I just think that part's kind of trashy for people
Besides,
to
she's
shame
not the
her
one.
for
Yeah.
it.
Besides, she's not the one that ran for president.
Right. But they did it to Bill. Like, they brought up everything for Bill. But anyway, the other thing, the other side of it. So of course, like I said, I hate the slut shaming aspect, and then there's the other side that a lot of people are really okay with it, and defensive of it, and then you go back to the whole like they were in an uproar about Michelle's buff arms. So I don't know. I don't give a crap. Like, I think she'll probably do very well, and I don't care if she posed nude before.
I don't think she'll be setting any policies.
No,
I don't.
probably not.
There might be some pillow talk with her husband, and she'll give her opinion. But
And stop
knowing-
posting the memes. Melania 2020 or Melania. What is it?
Melania.
Melania. I have this issue. One of my daughter's friends. Her name is kind of similar, but I always say it wrong. I just can't get it right.
the way that we know that Donald Trump is a misogynist anyway, whatever she suggests, he's not going to listen to. So it's not like she's going to be making policy for the country.
Right. So yeah,
She'll probably she's going to get hit on by all the other world leaders when they come over for a White House dinner, and she'll have to fend them off, or I don't.
Not to mention all the evangelists.
And the evangelist. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
But she probably presents herself very polished and
She has so far
professional. Yeah.
that I remember. I mean,
Again, her speech was excellent. I know it was. I actually don't think it was her fault. The whole speech thing. You have to realize she didn't sit there and write that speech.
Well, of course she didn't. It was probably printed off for her from the internet.
Right. No, but they have speechwriters.
Yes.
Like they have people, but as we see now, they're not really good at who they choose to hire.
It's true.
So
I guess we should have been prepared for someone like Stephen O'Bannon.
So we
then.
should have known this from the speechwriters that they hired to write her speech, that they're not really good at this part of it.
No, they're not.
So yeah.
They're not. Do you want to transfer from the Trump royalty guard over to the other royalty that
Prince
you love?
Henry? Rawr. I love those princes.
This whenever you bring up that you want to talk about the royal family, unless it's who's the one with the big ears? Prince Edward? No. Prince Charles. Unless it's Prince Charles, everybody else is a kid. So when all these stories about their sex lives and their dating lives come out, I'm like, they're just kids.
They're not
like
now.
my
They're
nieces.
full-blown adults.
Whatever.
I mean, we're not talking about. I'm not
this
like.
is like when Sierra sent me the naked picture of Daniel Radcliffe when he was doing his play, and I said,
got it, no.
"What the hell are you doing sending
No.
me kitty porn?" And she says, "He's
No.
like 23," and I'm like, "No, it's Harry fucking Potter."
No. So Prince Harry, his dating life is always, kind of in the spotlight, but now he's dating a U.S. actress, and he's dating, it's Meghan, I'm going to say it right, Meghan Markle, and she's from a show I love. I love every show on USA. Like, give me all the USA shows.
Don't say that too much. They don't pay us.
Give me all the shows on a cable network that I'm not going to name. How's that?
Yeah.
So she's
I'll
on a
write to them and see if they'll sponsor
So she's
us.
on a show called Suits. I had to mention that part. It was part
Okay,
into
that's
the
fine.
story. So she's an actress on that show, and they've been dating, but for I believe the first time, he came out with a statement, and he said, "I normally don't discuss my dating life. However, you guys are harassing her parents." Following her around.
People are crazy.
Crazy.
Fans crazy. People crazy.
Aw, Vendetta said the cutest ginger since Ron Weasley. Prince Harry is the heezy. Listen, hey, Ginger, turn away so you don't steal my soul.
Is that what we're calling him? We're not calling him that, are we?
No.
You're not going to get away with that.
But it wouldn't, no one would have any idea why I was saying it if I just randomly said turn away.
Well, look, I keep telling everybody, look, Ginger was a bad-looking bitch with big tits and a cute butt stranded on an island.
She was very pretty. I
She
love
was.
that show, Gilligan's
I do
Island.
too.
I was a Marianne fan, though.
I loved The House.
Did you love The House?
Yeah, I love The House.
You seem like a Howell girl. You
You're
do.
a freak.
That's how you can determine how I am outside the studio. You're like, who's your favorite person on Gilligan's Island? Who would you shack up with? The House. But seriously, they always had the little drinks with the umbrella. For a 3-hour tour, they pack so many clothes. It's amazing. They're overpackers like myself. So, Wendy of Neverland said Marianne rules. Yeah, she was cutesy. She was real cutesy. Did she ever hook up with?
She had common sense.
Did she ever hook up with the
I don't
professor?
think any of them hooked up, ever.
The House.
Well, the Howells were already mated.
Well,
It's
you
like a
never know.
given.
They just didn't show it.
That's true.
For all you know, like if this shack is rocking.
We take TV way too seriously, just so you know. Oh!
How we,
So I just finished season 3 of Black Mirror.
Yeah.
I know our
Episode 1.
fabulous guy John Stiles, who owns WWDB Corp here, WWDB TV. He loves that series, and I watched it in a day. It's like 4 episodes or 6 episodes or
6
something like that.
episodes.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
what is it called?
Season 2 is 4 episodes.
I have never cussed so much. That's it? That's all the more we're getting you for another year?
Wait, is it a British show?
It is a British show, yeah.
Why am I not watching it?
Well, it's kind of sci-fi-y.
Season 3,
Yeah.
episode 1. Start with that one.
It's a very good episode.
It's very sci-fi, though.
Very well,
It's like
not
Teen Pete's
not
Twilight
like
Zone.
not like in
You had me at
space.
Twilight. When you added Zone, I was out.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
So let me explain the first episode. The first episode is how people live their lives according to their score on social media, and the
their
higher
clout?
your score, yeah, I guess it would be clout, right?
Right.
So the higher your score, the better discounts that you get. But if you get to like below a 2.4, they throw you out of the system, and
Okay, I'm with you so far.
yeah, you'd like that one, at least that one for sure. You'd
Okay.
really like that one.
So
Since
I'll
it
probably
deals
have
with
to
social
ask
media
you again when we
and
leave. Yeah, what that's called.
how people, you know how you have friends that put all those selfies up and you know they fucking plan that shit.
Wait, are you referring to me?
I wasn't gonna say. I plan all my selfies pretty much too.
We do them right here, right in the beginning. I tried to take 2 selfies right before the show, but we were running late to begin with. And the second one, I wanted you and I, and it's you going like this.
So
Anyway,
all right.
I'll have to check that out.
The only thing left on my list. Oh, the New York Times. You want to talk about the New York Times? I did not see this
pull it
story at all. So, according to, do you guys know? No. Okay, so we'll skip that.
Not details, not specific details.
You know what? What I can mention though is that there is a list. I believe it's on my personal page. I'll put it on the Sin City Bounty page of the most. It's not like the most accurate. It's the most trusted news sites that are out
I know
there.
what you're talking about. I saw that.
Right? The number one across the board, and it breaks it down into liberals and conservatives and who trusts it and et cetera, et cetera. The one that had the boxes all full all the way across was the Wall Street Journal. So if you want to check a story, check the Wall Street Journal. They do entertainment pieces as well as science pieces as well as political pieces and business pieces. So check the Wall Street Journal. It is according to this chart the most trusted regular newspaper out there.
I don't know if you guys who are watching on Ustream are able to see the regular video. But the video locked on my screen.
Look, I'm
and
gonna do it
it's
for
just
Facebook.
her doing that the entire time.
I wonder if it's still recording. A couple of the other ones, CNN is up there. Although I think they're a little too left-leaning for me, a little too soft for me. New York Times, I love the New York Times. If you do the web with New York Times, you're allowed 10 articles a month. So parse that out or pay. And I like the Atlantic. Those journals that have been respected for years, right? PBS, NPR, I love those, even though a lot of people say they're very left-leaning. Just get your news from reliable sources. Trump, in his campaign, said he was going to open the way for libel suits against the media. You may want to consider donating to them when you do your donations for Christmas, when you do your donations for, you're looking for social places to donate money. Consider donating to some journals that you appreciate their work. Yes.
Donate to Planned Parenthood
Yes.
in Mike Pence's name.
Yes.
And they will send him a thank you card.
John Oliver did this wonderful 29-minute rant on what do we do now that Trump is president-elect. If you have not seen it, I loved it. Absolutely, absolutely loved it. I agreed with damn near everything that he said in there. But one of the things he did was at the end were places where you can donate. And I don't know if he mentioned Mike Pence for sure, but I know that he mentioned that if you have family members who voted for Trump, you can donate in their name to the Anti-Defamation League, to LGBTQ youth, and they will all send something, literature, to the person's name who you donated into. So I thought that was pretty awesome. I have a few people I may donate to the NAACP for just for that. Or the, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but there's one that does legal cases for Hispanics, Mexicans specifically. So I know a couple of people for that too. So I plan on taking that into consideration. So that was it for that. How much time we got, kiddo?
3 minutes, 12 seconds.
So
Really?
everything's frozen. We just completely locked up. So I apologize. It's
For our
frozen,
Ustream?
and we're going. Yeah,
Our
we're going to
Ustream
lose at
is
the
frozen.
end. Somebody else said Facebook video is frozen as well. It's moving on our end, so
Yeah.
hopefully it keeps recording and everything's okay.
That's fucking Trump.
Damn it!
It could be. We have spent almost the entire hour talking about it. Since we have 3 minutes left now, let's talk about one of our favorite subjects, The Walking Dead.
We have to. We have to. We have to. We have to. So if you have not caught up with the beginning of this season,
You may want to turn the camera on,
turn it off. But
turn
at
your video
this
off.
point, I feel like it's tough shit. Like, I feel like that season started several weeks ago.
Right.
You need to have seen it. And if you didn't, then you already know that Glenn is
Glenn
dead.
and Abraham are dead.
Yes.
Beaten to a pulp. And I am still not liking any posts that have to do with that.
Alexia refused to like any posts.
Refuse. And
Refuse.
still do. Even today, somebody posted the very comical picture of Glenn Rhee. Oh, no. What's his name?
Stephen Yun.
Stephen Yoon, that's it. With googly eyes coming out and a bat on his head.
Oh, what about
Oh, thank you.
what's
I've seen
what's
all
Glenn's
of them.
favorite restaurant?
Every single buddy has shared
Popeyes.
them all with me. And I will write not liking
Not
underneath
liking,
it.
she refuses.
I will refuse it.
So I got so excited because I had to watch the episode the next day on Amazon. And so I watched it and I had to stop. Last night's episode, okay, so they're all dead. And now it's really bringing a huge focus on my favorite person and my biggest crush.
Negan. She likes the fucker Negan.
I
Really?
love Negan. Thank you. Thank you. I love the actor.
He
I've
was
always
such.
loved the actor.
This last episode. So, spoiler. We already told you to turn it off. This last episode. Not only was he a fucking dick again, threatening to kill Olivia. Who? What does she do? She writes shit down. Right? She takes inventory.
She lied to him. Don't lie to my Negan. She lied to him.
He brought a devastated. Well, not so devastated. Daryl, just to show him off.
Did you see Daryl do Morse code with his eyes? I just saw it somewhere
I only
today.
watched it the hour before you picked me up. So no.
I didn't. I read about it after. You have
Didn't
to go
matter.
back and watch
Wasn't
it.
nobody looking at him.
Right, but I didn't. Not that I would know what he was saying, but watch it. He does like Morse code with his eyes.
I
Did
still.
you see the Morse code sign in the house in one of the scenes?
No,
I love this
I
show.
don't get that stuff.
Love this
I don't
show.
pick up on those things.
That's why you listen to podcasts after,
That's why I listen. I
why-
only
or
listen
read
to this podcast.
or read articles after, or go on Tumblr because they point all that shit
That's what I
out
need to
too.
do, but
Or
So.
Talking Dead.
So she has a favorite line from this last episode.
I
as
had
soon
to
as
stop and write it
as
down.
soon as I heard it, I knew it.
I
And-
couldn't talk about it last night. I was texting you guys going, did you watch yet? I have to tell you my favorite line. And you hadn't watched it, and I'm like, all right, thank you. That's all I said.
Before
I already know what it is.
before everybody does, right? So before we say the line, I just have to say, I have to believe that is the raciest this show has ever been.
I agree.
That line has
I
got to be
agree.
Do you remember any other line that even comes
No.
close to that?
Because he's awesome. And he said, I just shoved my dick down your throat, and you thanked me for it.
Now, I'm one of those. I know that The Walking Dead is not real.
Right.
I know that they're all actors. I know this. But sometimes actors do things that are so good, and this probably bodes well for Jeffrey Dean Stanton. Is that his name?
No, Jeffrey D. Morgan.
Jeffrey D. Morgan. I hate him. I hate the character of Negan. So much so that I probably will not like him in anything else he ever does.
Right, because he'll get typecast. Well, here's the thing. He's already
No, he won't get typecast. There's no way that can happen.
Because a lot of people, absolutely, it happens. Yeah, absolutely. It happens to other people who play a villain that people are made to hate on a show. And they have said, like, I'll come in with names next week, but they have come out and said, like, it was so hard to get another part because I'm just known as the bad guy and people hate me.
I know that happened with Joffrey, the guy who plays Joffrey in Game of Thrones. He's quit show business because of it.
Right. But they hated him, like, in real life. Like, he would be in the grocery store and they're like, I fucking hate you.
Yeah, and I know that
That's what happens.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan has gotten that kind of crap at the at the Walker conventions and things like that. But I honestly, he's been in so much stuff before this.
Well, he has. That's true.
I don't think it will hurt him.
That's true. But we'll see. We'll see because they're making him nasty. Now, here's the thing. When he first heard he got the part, they didn't tell him which part. And his agent called him and said,
We want you to go read for this.
yeah. And then they said, hey, you got the part. We just can't tell you what it is yet. And he's like, tell me it's Negan. He knew.
I think he said,
and he's like,
I think he said, is it fucking Negan?
yes.
Is it fucking Negan?
And then yes. So I love him on there. Like, I love him anyway, but he is my biggest crush right now.
Is it Negan that you're in love with or Jeffrey Dean Morgan?
Well, I was already in love with Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Right.
So now it's both him. I would fuck them both. So
would you want an actual person like that in your
No, absolutely
real
not.
life?
Absolutely
So this
not.
is a complete fantasy thing.
right. But I also didn't want a real vampire in my life when I was really into Twilight. So
Is the show done yet?
but you get
Yeah,
it.
now that you fucking brought up Twilight, we gotta go.
Hey everybody, I'm Alexia,
I'm Toxie.
and we will see you next week if you're brave enough.
Later, bitches.